أكد هذا الكلام مخاطبا أهل الجراءة. قل لئن اجتمعت الجن والإنس على أن يأتوا بمثل هذا القرآن لا يأتون بمثله ولو كان بعضهم لبعض ظهيرا. Brothers and sisters, it appears that today we are on the hot seat. Why? Because when you look around you, all prohibitions, challenges against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are rife in every nook and cranny. People have undertaken upon themselves to challenge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Disobedience, blasphemy, sacrilege against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all this is rife. Verily 4 weeks ago, I overheard a woman, so-called a Muslim lady. She was being interviewed on the PBS, Ma'tidha Al-Ama. So she said that her daughter has used the word he for Allah. And so she said, let me offer my opinion, that it is appropriate to change the word he in the Quran to she. And I said, we have to do something about that. So this is the agenda. That anyone who wants to deal with the Quran must have a sound footing in the Quran. But she said she has consulted some scholars, and that position of hers does not contradict her faith. So she says she claims to be all right, and that does not affect his iman, aqidah, whatsoever. We are seeing that that is wrong. It adversely and negatively affects her aqidah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran that we have revealed this Quran, sent it, and we have undertaken upon ourselves to protect the Quran from any kind of alteration or interpolation or any change whatsoever. And also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that as a challenge to those who have the temerity, the audacity, and the ill will to bring something like the Quran. But we all know from common understanding that no one can bring anything like the Quran, not even a letter from the Quran. And it's all enshrined in the Quran. So Allah has said that as a challenge, tell them, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that if all the jinns and mankind are gathered together to bring a like of this Quran, never, they cannot do that. So now here is someone who claims to be a Muslim and is saying that the Quran should have some changes so that the male gender should be altered to what? To the female gender. And we overheard this. Brothers and sisters, let us sound a warning here. There is the tendency today of people to believe and even campaign that men and women are equal. So the idea of feminism or femininity is rearing its ugly head and infiltrating perilously and dangerously into our communities. People think that we are all equal. There is a limit to that. There is a very delicate distinction or line between equity, justice, fairness, and then equality. We only talk of equality for one reason, that all of us came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah is the source, the originator of all creation, including mankind. Then there can be equality. Other than that, things are not equal. Is it not last month who said that Laysu sawa? They are not equal. That's what Allah said. What Allah commands is what? In Allah ya'mur bih يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ. Allah commands with justice and fairness, that is equity. What? How can we say that men and women are the same? It's not true that Imra, when she wanted the child, and the child came a female. What did she say? She said that, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. Man is not like a woman, male is not like a female. And now we are here, we want to what? Make them as though they are equal. They are not equal at all. When there is disputation between two factions or parties and groups, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to make some reconciliation between those parties. And now Allah says that فَإِنْ فَاعَتْ فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَهُمَا بِالْعَدْلِ وَأَقْسِطُوا. So if these warring, fighting parties, they come to a reconciliation, then work, implant, establish among them what? Fairness, justice, and what? And equity, not equality. Not equality. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us general command, and He said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين. General command and order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here Allah is not talking about equality, He's talking about justice. That is what we lack. If we misconstrue justice to be equality, then we have a problem. Then we shall go down the abyss of injustice, abyss of disobedience, even challenge against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is commanding all of us that we should stand up firmly for justice, not for equality. Because equality, we have said already that it happens. It is considered when we are talking about the origin of man, then we are all equal. But in terms of our capabilities, our capacities, about what we can do, we are not the same. Here's an issue. You employ someone in your job. You are the employer. So if he becomes the employee, you think you are equal? But there should be fairness. There should be fairness. That's what Allah says in the Quran. أَهُمْ يَقْسِمُونَ رَحْمَةَ رَبِّكَ نحن قسمنا بينهم معيشتهم في الحياة الدنيا ورفعنا بعضهم فوق بعض درجات ليتخذ بعضهم بعضا ورحمة ربك خير مما يجمعون. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So is that they want to portion out or distribute the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They cannot do that. It is we who have portioned out or distributed their fair share in this world and the hereafter. And you have raised others or some above others in status. That is, the employer will employ someone to work for him. That someone will do work for others. So, are they equal in pay? I don't know how many people they will employ someone and then pay them, give them equal salary as what? As the employers themselves. But what we can fight for is what? Justice. Let us be fair and just and equitable. So justice is not the same as what? As equality. And that is what is missing here, and people are driving the wagon. They say, let there be what? Equality between man and woman. This is un-Islamic and it cannot be handled. Let us have a thorough and true understanding of this deen. That can help. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in terms of what we do, even among mankind, are Muslims the same as non-Muslims? أم حسب الذين اجترحوا السيئات أن نجعلهم كالذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات سواء Mahyahum wa mamatum sa'a ma yahkumun. Those who pile up wrong deeds, they commit atrocities, evil, they collaborate on evil machinations and plant evil everywhere. They slander, they backbite, they do all kinds of things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden. So Allah said that, do you accept them? Do you expect them to be as the same as those who believe? They are not the same. Here, are we talking about equality? Well, if we are talking about equality, then they should be the same. So do you expect us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, to make them as the same as those who believe? The wrongdoers to be the same on an equal footing with those who disbelieve? People who believe on the same equal footing with those who believe? Then it cannot be the same. So we are looking forward, not equality, but fairness. Go, Allah is fair. Allah adil. That's what He says. And who can say that al-musawa maskulun in the Quran? Not even once. Do we say equality in the Quran? Who can tell us the ayah? Equality. But we have said several ayahs containing what? Al-adil. Well, Qist is the same as what? Al-adil. Qist is synonymous with what? Al-adil. But never once al-musawa in the Quran. One ayah. So, because it's once, it is only confined to our origin. Because that's why we say that Allah is the originator of the heavens and the earth, including mankind. So because of this, brothers and sisters, this idea is fast making its way very dangerously into our society. Femininity, that we are all equal. Man is as equal as woman. That is not right, and it cannot happen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله المجيد لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين كن ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هداني لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن نهجهم بإحسان إلى يوم النشور. يتضح لنا وضوح الشمس خلال هذه التحديات السالف ذكرها أننا نفتقر إلى الثبات في ديننا. ومن رحمة الله سبحانه وتعالى بنا أن بين لنا في القرآن شتى مسائل أو شتى وسائل للتثبيت. فقد قال سبحانه وتعالى في معرض شبه الكفار كذلك لنثبت به فؤادك. ذلك أن تلك الآيات تتنزل باردا وسلاما على المؤمن فلا تعصف به رياح الفتنة وتزرع الإيمان في قلب المؤمن وكذلك تزوده بالتصورات والقيم الصحيحة التي من ظلالها يستطيع هذا الإنسان المؤمن أن يقوم الأوضاع من حوله. وكل دعوة تدعو إلى تحويل أو تبديل شيء من القرآن فإنها تؤثر سلبيا في عقيدة صاحبها بل قد تستعصل بشافتها. ولذلك يقول الحق تبارك وتعالى فلن تجد لسنة الله تبديلا ولن تجد لسنة الله تحويلا. So it is now crystal clear from these challenges that we have mentioned earlier that we need what we call a thabat, perseverance in this deen, steadfastness in this deen, so that we can offset those onslaughts, those evil tendencies that are infiltrating our ranks. That's the only way. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned how to become steadfast in the Quran. And He has said to our Rasulullah, when the disbelievers, they became doubtful of Him, Rasulullah, and also about the Quran, He said that in order that we send down the Quran in the way it has been sent down to you, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that to what? To reassure you, to make you steadfast in this deed. Because these ayahs, they descend to the believers, the believers read them, and they become steadfast. They gain a lot from this. And whatever campaign or wagon that is moving, that is driving towards reconciling or uniting or unifying gender between man and woman, that cannot succeed, because that is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's the desire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you cannot find in the desire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala any form of alteration or any change. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran also, وَلَا أَمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَا يُغَيِّرُونَ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ وَلَا أَمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَا يُغَيِّرُونَ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ. And we are going to command them. Shaitan is speaking now, and I'm going to order them so that they will change the creature or the creation, the nature of mankind. And we also learned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created mankind in the most excellent fabric. But Shaitan says that I'm going to command you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your servants, that they will change, alter their nature. Do we see that now? Yes, it is trending as we speak. People go under the knife to have a facelift, either to change the nose because the nose is too big, the lips need to be plumpy, and so forth and so on. What are they doing? But if they should change their hearts, to purify their hearts, that should be better for them. Because this physical self, Allah does not look at it. And the lilies, in Allah, لا ينظر إلى أجسامكم ولا إلى صوركم ولكن ينظر إلى أعمالكم وفي رواية ولكن ينظر إلى أعمالكم وقلوبكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not look at your physical beings. What He looks at, your heart, the innermost recesses of your heart, and also your duties and actions and performances. So this is what we should be concerned about. So it is our duty to stop the wagon and the call to femininity. That is not Islamic. Equality among gender and all things, that is not Islamic. What Allah says that we have to command and stand up for firmly justice, fairness, and equality. اللهم أصلح عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي العذاب الآخرة. ربنا اكشف عنا العذاب إنا مؤمنون. ربنا اكشف عنا العذاب إنا مؤمنون. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب دعوات يا رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Please straighten up your lines and tell the Lord, Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. الله أكبر. الله لمن حمده. الله الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير. الله أكبر. الله لمن حمده. الله
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we always remind everyone, please give generously before you leave, inshallah, and help us to be able to maintain. It's getting hotter, and we have our air conditioner is going to be blowing more, and we got to take care of what is ours. So please help us. In the back, you have Rafiq, you have Abdullah Jordan, they have the machines, and for those of you that can do otherwise, then do it, and make sure you do it every time we come, because this is our masjid. Ikhwan, I have an issue, or the masjid has an issue with the shoes. When you come in the entrance, you can't just take your shoes off and leave them right by the door. It's a hazard. It's a security hazard, and it's also a hazard when it comes to our elders. They trip over the shoes. We got adequate shoe racks. Put your shoes in the shoe rack. Now we have some of the brothers in security, they have to take the shoes and put them up against the wall on the other side because people won't follow directions. So please don't be of those who don't follow directions. And also our doors, you can't sit on the doors because that is a hazard. It's a fire hazard and a security hazard. So please do not sit by the doors, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan, and may Allah bless all of us. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.